everyone, it's Sandia. Welcome back to the We channel where we discuss your thoughts and your beliefs and how that actually governs your reality, that governs what you're actually seeing around you. So if you want to know the science behind it, please look at Bruce Lipton's work, look at Joe Dispenza. They've done a lot of studies, brain studies. And of course, Bruce Lipton is the father of epigenetics, and he had already come out of the scientific closet in the 70s with this, and they're only now confirming that, you do alter your external environment with when you change the way you think, when you change the way when you adjust your beliefs. So today I just want to talk about how it's so important that you don't give up. Yes, you're doing the work, you're working on yourself, you're taking walks, you're starting to look at the way you think, you're starting to work on your own projects, what you want to do, your passion, what turns you on, as opposed to the work that you may not want to do or doesn't really do anything for you, which a lot of us are in those kind of jobs where it's not really our passion. And I've spoken about this before. Your passion is very easy to find. So for those of you that say, oh, I don't know what I want to do. And there's also a lot of people that are good at a lot of things. And there's a lot of people that like what they do. But if it's not driving you, if it's not making you stay up with excitement at times, maybe not all the time, but it's giving you that drive, and if it feels like work to you, because your passion doesn't feel like work to you, it's stuff that you do in your spare time. So the answer is in what you're doing in your spare time. If you're the kind of person that's always organizing family functions or friends functions, then that's probably something that you need to look at. If you're the person that's trawling the internet looking at designer fashion, for example, then that's something that you should pay more attention to. If you're the kind of person that just loves talking, then look into becoming a radio DJ. I don't know, whatever turns you on, but that, like, your real passion is not work. That's the one of the key litmus tests. It doesn't feel like work. It's something that you do in your spare time, most likely. And it's something that, this is now a big litmus test, it's something that makes you feel expansive or creative, or you don't have to look for motivation, So don't confuse doing something you love and finding it hard to get off your butt and focus on it, because that's probably just your procrastination, some belief that's sitting there to do with procrastination. That doesn't mean that that's not for you. So that's another thing. But anyway, back to the topic of today. The thing is, you doing all the things that you're paying attention to yourself. You're looking at your thoughts. You trying to shift those beliefs, that are basically driving you, and you're on autopilot. And you're watching the way you talk. So you're doing all those things, and you're not seeing a big change. The idea is not to give up, because there's some days where we just like, go, go, go. We're feeling so good. Yeah, we've got this. We've got this. We feel ourselves shifting, and we feel ourselves on top of the world. We feel ourselves floating. And then you wake up and you hit that dip, and you can't get out of it. So when you hit that dip, which happens to me often, you have to remember not to talk the way you used to talk when you hit the dip. So don't say the things like you used to say. For example, it's been so many years, I've been trying and trying, and it's still not working out for me. Why me? God, please help me. And then you hear nothing back. Don't talk to yourself the way you used to talk. Just say to yourself, this is also for my protection. Whatever's happening to me that you don't like, or on the surface is not what you want, just say to yourself, I'm always protected. Things always work out for me. Like, start running that new belief system through in the dip. start running the new belief system. Even at your lowest point, don't give up, run it through, because the exciting things are coming, the exciting things are going to happen, and you have to hang in there and wait for that, because it's like you'll see it happen. You'll see that you will show up differently to yourself. So when we say you're dead to your past, what do we mean by that? We don't mean the people in your life are dead to you, even the people that hurt you, because really, you're really running away from the hurt. People have hurt you, and you have hurt people. So it works both ways, right? And that's really what's caused the pain and the dysfunction. It's because you've been hurt by your country, or by your boss, by your lover, by your mom and dad, by your aunts and uncles, by friends, strangers. The list goes on. You're unlikely to have been emotionally hurt by your dog, or your cat, or a beautiful mountain. You're unlikely to have suffered psychological pain from that. So it's most likely humans that have hurt you, or you have hurt other humans. So when you say you're dead to your past, what does that mean? It means that don't run your story. Your story is just a story. Don't put it on a pedestal. No matter how grandiose it is, it's just a book in a library. You're going to now attach a different meaning to yourself. So all those people in your past are still there, You're just going to show up differently. So you're going to quantum leap into a different world. You've got to give them time to catch up to where you are at. So people will meet you there, or they won't, one of the two. And that's okay. So you've got to just give them a chance. But you really are dead to yourself. That's what we mean when we say the past, leave it behind. Leave yourself behind. You're not leaving those people behind. You're leaving how you showed up to them behind, and how you showed up to yourself. So where you were judgmental and harsh and unforgiving and running a victim narrative, that's those kind of things. Those are the energies that you're leaving behind. Those emotions of continuously living in regret, in sadness, in pain, in disillusionment, in irritation, in anger, in not letting go of your narrative. That's what you're leaving behind. That's what we mean when we say your past is dead. So when you see that reel playing itself in your mind, even in your lowest moment, even in the dip, you say to that reel, hang on a second, that's a distortion. That's a past. Past be gone. Gone forever, never to return. Or whatever words work for you, right? So you're trying to retrain your brain, your subconscious. The first 7 years, those tracks were laid down falsely, incorrectly. So you're trying to retrain your brain, and you're basically quantum leaping into a new world where you are different. Your attitudes, your beliefs, the way you talk, those exciting things are now going to start coming to you. And let me tell you, it's really, really exciting when you start seeing yourself show up differently. So you'll notice that your friends, you won't relate to how they talk anymore, how you used to talk with them, where they would be very judgmental. Like I was very judgmental with people, friends, the usual, friends, family, colleagues, partners. And now you can see that you quickly start noticing, hang on a second, you don't want to sit in judgment with someone. It's not like you're trying to be a saint. You're just changing, and the people around you will start noticing that. You don't have to preach about it. You don't have to tell them anything. You just have to start noticing that you are different. You're building a new you from scratch. You're taking every area of your life, and I mean every area, and you're literally completely changing that narrative, the meaning that you used to attach in that area. You're changing it. You're turning it on its head. You're no longer attached. You're not invested in that belief and in that meaning. So you've got to give yourself a chance. Don't give up, because the exciting stuff is going to come. You're going to start showing up differently, and the people that respond to that difference will show up. So if you used to hang out with people and you used to complain a lot, complain about everyone from your family to your husband, to your wife, to the government, about your boss, your kids, the garbage man, whomever, you will notice that that doesn't occur anymore. It does occur, but when it does, you start noticing and you stop yourself mid-speech, mid-thought, you put the brakes on. So those people that used to correspond to that will just naturally fall away. That's exciting, let me tell you. When that starts happening, you will feel good. And it's not a temporary feeling good. It's not a false hormone of happiness. This is the real deal we're talking about here. You're going to be shifting in a fundamental way that you will not be able to go back. Even if you tried, it will sound weird. The way you used to think and talk will sound weird to you. So when you go through the dip and when you have a down day, don't judge yourself, number one. Let the emotion of sadness, despair, hurt, regret, loss, let it just run through you. Just let it go. Let the system purge itself. You're purging yourself when you start recreating a new you. So yes, you will have days where you will cry and you will feel broken and you will feel alone. I have those days, and I start talking differently. I don't say why me, and I don't say please God help me. I'll say thank you, because this too is for my advantage, because in my new world we have quantum leaped, everything works out for me, even the things that don't look like it does. And I know it's hard when you're feeling that way and when you feel broken, but just have a different narrative. Even at your lowest point, change it. Change the way you talk to yourself and let it just wash through. Don't attach to that emotion, okay? Let it just wash through. You're just a conduit. That's it. Let it pass through, because it's a low vibration emotion anyway. Anger, irritation, bitterness, sadness, loss, hurt, regret. Those are just states of being that we've been trained to think are normal, and we close off our heart and we don't allow anybody else in. We don't allow new friends in, family, etc. We don't allow close relationships anymore because we're scared of getting hurt. But that's not the new version of you. You want to be open. You want to trust again. You want to be able to trust people again. You don't want to live in your past. You're dead to the old you. That old you is dead. That's what we mean when we say the past is dead. The old you is dead, and they call it the old man. In biblical scriptures, they call it something else. In Judaism, they call it something, In New Ageism, they refer to it as something. But it's just that old you that you don't want anymore. That's what you're dead to. So don't be hard on the people around you. And don't expect them to be where you are at. Just you change for you. That's it. This is all about you. So take the past off its pedestal. It's just a story. And give yourself a chance to just, let that new you find its feet, find its legs, and you'll see. You'll just be blown away by the little things. It's the little things that are going to be shocking to you. You're not going to judge yourself so harshly anymore. That's a big one. That's a huge one, and I'll do a video on just that, where you're just not going to judge yourself anymore. Just like you're done with that, So yeah, don't give up. And just a little inspirational one, just to ask you guys to hang in there. And it's hard, I know. I've had days where I just can't get out of bed, and I feel like I don't have anyone and I'm all alone. And then I just start staying. I try as hard as I can to change the narrative. And when I do succeed, I don't always succeed. And when I do, it's a game changer. It really is. Okay. So lots of love. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you. The donation link is down there. And thank you for sharing, because we just want to share this with everybody, get the message out there, because people are alone. I was just meeting friends today for lunch, and they told me about a young lady that, she seemed so alive and on top of the world, and they just found out that she committed suicide. And, people are walking around and they're in pain and they're not telling anybody. So don't be fooled by your friend that's sitting across the table from you. and laughing and has a drink in his hand and he seems so jolly, and or this girl that's just happy and smiling on Facebook. People are out there and they think that they're alone, and they hurting, and they don't need to. So share this, say a kind word to someone, because that kind word could save someone's from despair and from thinking that there's no hope. Just reach out to someone, make an effort today to just phone someone, think of someone and just phone them and reach out to them, and offer your heart and offer kindness, because you'll see it comes back, and everybody wins in that scenario. Okay, lots of love. Please like, share, and subscribe, and take care. Have an awesome day. Bye.